All right, we've done it. I can't talk with these things on. I'm officially live after a few trial runs of this on my own. And I think this might actually be the first time that I live stream on this channel. Um, Actually, no, maybe I did live stream at some other point. Well, now I don't remember, but this is my first official live stream. I'm going to mark it as that because this is the year of 2025, the year of live streams. Hello, the man about tech, the man about town. Vipe. Vipe is in the house and he's on fire um, because, he's really cool. He's wearing sunglasses all the time, and that's how you know that he's really cool. Um, I guess I wanted to do this live stream because well, first of all, I feel like on this channel, I've done quite a lot of videos and I've been putting a lot of work into sharing information and really putting myself out there in a recorded fashion. And I thought, I think it's about time to get a little bit more real, a little bit more grounded on this channel because the goal with this channel is to help you to self actualize, to live, to feel fulfilled, to get organized, to let go of those things that are holding you back from succeeding from in your work, in your life, crossing things off of your bucket list. And so I think that having something that's like polished all of the time and scripted, it just doesn't really feel as organic as this because I do feel like having a conversation is so crucial towards what I'm trying to do here on this channel. And I've managed to do that here and there with comments on the YouTube channel, and then also interacting with some of you on X or Twitter. And I think that it just doesn't feel as organic as this is like being able to just talk and not edit myself and not feel like I have to follow a formula or have some kind of like bulleted list of the points that I want to hit. And uh, but I also want to just set up some live streams like this where I'm just hanging out with you guys. So whether you are available to catch this live or if you just want to listen to the recording later on when you're free, then you're welcome to do that as well. Because I think that the point here is to just kind of hang out and chill, right? As the title of this stream says, work, study, chill, whatever, right? So you kind of make this as whatever you want it to be. So if you just kind of want to listen to my voice for as long as I'm live streaming while you work or study or you're just reading or whatever, then that's fantastic. You are so welcome to do that. Don't feel like you actually have to watch, but listen. Listen is the most important thing. And also, Happy New Year. I feel like I haven't said that yet publicly on social media. Maybe I did on Twitter. I don't know. I haven't really been using Twitter too much in terms of like interacting too much in terms of uh like consuming. I've I've been doing pretty good at not consuming on Twitter for the past few months, and really the reason behind that is because I'm creating more. I'm focused on, well, first of all, making a lot of videos on this channel, but then also working on my children's book, which I'm going to publish very soon, and I'm super excited about. And I think there's so so let me rewind for a second because I do want to talk about my kids' book for a minute. Um, when creating content, there's like this idea of, well, it should fit in with like the brand. It's got to fit in with the brand. It's got to be, something that your audience wants, the algorithm, give the people what they want, right? Sell your soul. But this my soul is to be a creator. It's to be a writer. And I don't know who knows this, but I am a published author. So I have a book of poetry that I published a very, very long time ago. And I've also had my poetry published in a couple of other anthologies thereafter. So I am officially a published author. And the reason I do like little half-assed like quotes, air quotes, is because I transitioned into working in the film industry, and I was working as an actor and as a producer. I have a production company, I have a media company, actually. And so I was focused on that for a really long time. And I kind of put writing, or rather publishing, on the back burner because I have continued to write. I have many poems, short stories, screenplays. I went to UCLA for screenwriting. So at my core, I am a writer and I have a number of drafts for like children's books and concepts and things that I want to be doing. So at my core, I am a writer, and but I also enjoy film, and so I got wrapped up in all of that. Uh, and so now I'm kind of going back to my roots, going back to who I am, my soul, and I really want to get back into publishing. So I'm going through my backlog, my catalog of all of the things that I've been working on, and seeing what is less cringe, and working off of that, polishing some of the things that I have, and working on getting inspired again and creating in that realm of writing. And I'm going to do a little pause here and say, hi, Erin. Welcome. I see your little wave. Um, so this, I'm still setting up like this whole streaming. If you guys could see, like this looks very beautiful here, I think. Well, I would hope that it looks beautiful. But in front of me right now, there's just like a mess of cables and stuff. And I hope you guys love or can appreciate my microphone stand. It is a bucket. I actually don't know where this bucket came from, but I have had my microphone in this bucket for a very long time. And if you've been following me on Twitter, then you know very well, because people make fun of me on Twitter for it. The fact that I have this beautiful professional microphone in like a dollar store bucket. I don't even know what this bucket is. I think maybe like candy or something came in it at some point. Who knows? But going back to my story time. So I am going through now and working towards publishing some of those works. And one of those is my children's book, which I actually wrote and illustrated the first draft over 15 years ago, almost 20 years ago, somewhere in between 15 and 20 years. And it needed a lot of work, but the bare bones was there, the skeleton was there. And so I thought, like a few months ago, I made the decision and I said, okay, this book has been in my file cabinet, my accordion, for years, and like over a decade now. It needs to see the light of day, because what was the point of this? Like, I I want to keep expressing myself and keep um, creating. And so I challenged myself to get this book published. And so this is what I'm working on now, and I'm so close to being done. I've been working on the illustrations for it for the last few months. I worked with an editor to polish the story and the writing and really get the flow of it. And I'm really proud of it. And it isn't really something that is on brand, I say in quotes, because I, it's like it's a children's book. And so this is absolutely 100% something just that I just feel needs to get done. And I think I was just thinking this live stream, man, there's like a number of people who are watching me right now. I actually have no idea who's watching. So if you want to say hello, please do so. I think I'm also live streaming. I should probably pull up Twitter because I'm doing both on YouTube and on Twitter. So I'm sure maybe I have like some people who are commenting or something on there. I have no idea, but um, uh, all right, let's see. Okay. So Aaron says, my brain has been in the book publishing world the last few weeks. I'm just finishing up helping my pastor typeset his book, and I'm adding that to my creative studio services. Wow. Boom. Aaron, I love that. That's amazing. That is so cool. Um, Hi, Clemens. You got is it a little thumbs up? A little thumbs up, dude. Welcome. And this is really exciting because so the reason that I called this live stream enjoying the process is because I have to remember to not get super far away from the microphone. You see, I need an arm. I got to go pro, like those guys who have, the people who do the live streams and the podcasters. I need to be like one of those guys, don't I? With the arm. I got to turn into one of those people. But I don't know, like guys, I don't know if I can give up the bucket. Maybe I can attach the bucket to an arm and just like do something. All right, let's go back to being serious for a second here. Um, see, now I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about how why I titled this "Enjoying the Process." The reason is because when I started this journey of working on my book, I am very at this point where I'm at right now, I'm very much focused on the outcome. I have a goal in mind, I have milestones set, and I want to reach them and I want to be accomplished in those areas and I want to feel successful. So for me, when I say, 1 + 1 is 2, I want to get to that 2 and I want to know how to get to that 2. And with creating the illustrations of the book, art is so art is so different. And one of the things that really inspired me to have this mindset shift when it comes to my my book specifically was I got this book, which is I want to get everything correct. So um, I'm going to look it up here so I can get it correct, everything correct. So the book is called "The Invention of Hugo Cabret" by Brian Selznick, and maybe you've watched the movie, or maybe you've seen the book, or maybe you've read the book, but um, the movie is based on this book somewhat, and it's directed by Martin Scorsese, and it's a really really beautiful movie, and I love the movie. And I found the book last year, and it was gifted to me, and it is one of the most beautiful books that I have ever owned, probably. And what's interesting about this book, I wish I had it on me right now so that I could actually physically show you guys. What I love about this book is that it's a children's book, but it's like this thick. like this thick, guys. I'm not even joking right now. And a lot of it is, so they have like the full pages of like text, and then every once in a while there's full pages of illustrations. And these illustrations are, they are, I'm not sure what exactly he used, the writer and the illustrator Brian, um, but they look like sketches in a way, because it's just like it's pencil and maybe charcoal. I don't know if he used charcoal or not, so don't fact check me on that because I'm probably wrong. But the point is that I started to read this book, and as I was flipping through it, I was I was first of all, I was not flipping through it like going quickly. I was trying to really look at every image and every illustration that Brian made in the book and really examine it and study it and kind of dive into each one of these drawings, because they're so detailed, and so much work and love went into the creation of each one of these pages. And watching and seeing each one of these, and kind of just like letting myself sit with each one of these pages, helped me to start noticing the things that would have bothered me if I was the person who was making these drawings. So that's not to say that I was looking for what was wrong, or what was bad with the drawings, because it's not. It's something that happened by accident. It's not something that I intended to do. But I realized while looking at these drawings that there were little details where I was like, oh, this line is like out of place, or like this thing looks like it had been drawn over a few times, or like this has less detail, like he just kind of left it. And as I was analyzing these drawings, I thought to myself, wow, like at some point, this artist was working on these illustrations and he had to walk away. He had to say, okay, now it's complete. Now it's done. Now it's ready. And I'm so sure that there are many drawings in the book that he would still continue to work on. Um, and I think that that revelation helps me to accept my own work and to realize that there is no true endpoint when it comes to creation, when it comes to art, illustrating, working on my children's book. There is no end point. It's whenever I decide that it's good enough, whenever I decide that it's ready. And it really brought to light that there are no rules when it comes to this. And I've been doing a lot of research over the past few months with looking at children's books, buying picture books, and flipping through these books and looking at art. I went to Art Basel last when is it? November, December? I think it was December. Art Basel is an international art show, um, and it is huge. And when I say huge, I mean like it is a massive, massive art show, and it happens here in the Miami Convention Center. And I'm talking like artists and investors and people who buy art from all over the world. And this is where like the famous um where the famous banana was taped onto the wall. So that's where that came from. And so we're talking about like expensive pieces. I'm talking like half a million, like 27 million, like 50 million. Like these are This isn't like your run of the mill, like, little pencil drawing that you buy. um, this is like really, really heavy stuff. And being a part of like this world for the last, I would say like 6 months or so, it has helped me to really notice that there are no rules when it comes to this. There's no formula, there's no rules, and it's all about the feeling and deciding like this is it. This is the outcome. And you either like it or you don't. You either like this art or you don't. And I think that something important as like an artist is deciding when you are happy with the work that you've put in. You have decided that this is your best. You have decided that this is ready for the world to enjoy. Um, so if I look over here, it's just because I'm looking at the live stream stuff on my computer, making sure that my computer doesn't shut off and all of that stuff. Um, and enjoying the process doesn't mean ignoring the outcome because y'all know, like, this isn't the outcome is still important for me. I'm still here for those dollar bills. I'm still here to publish stuff. I'm still here to get myself out there and to grow and to prosper and to succeed because I am ambitious. I am um, someone who enjoys a challenge, um, and reaching those achievements, right? Those milestones, those goals that I was talking about earlier on. And that's not to say that those things aren't important or not relevant anymore, but I think that in enjoying the process, you can reach the outcome that you desire. And this is a really important lesson that has just been honed in on me in the past 6 months as I've been working on my book. Um, and so I don't know, maybe I'll show you a little bit of what I'm working on because I do have it with me because I plan on uh, doing some of the final drawings today. So just give me a second. Um, let's see. I'll show you a little bit of the process because I don't know who else is doing this. This was so, I'll explain it in a minute. Because I wanted to have I'm a very visual and hands-on person. And so I really need to have like the work that what I'm working on, it needs to be in front of me. And yeah, duh, Romina, of course it needs to be in front of you if you're working on it. I mean that like for me to have it be digital is very difficult for me to translate it into a real world thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. So hopefully it makes sense to somebody out there. And if it makes sense to you and it doesn't make sense to you and it makes sense to somebody else, then ask them but that somebody else to explain it to you in the comments because I think that's the best I can do right now. Okay, so basically what I've done here is I have created. Ooh, I'm trying to not make like too much noise because I don't want to annoy you. I know it's a lot different when you hear noise through a microphone. Um, so the first thing that I did was I created a prototype of my book. And so basically what I did was, so that's the title page. So basically what I did was, I'm just going to show you like very quickly. This is, oh, okay. So this is like some of the, what I did was I taped, like I printed out the words that were going to be on each page, and then I just taped them onto like regular print paper like this, right? This is just taped on here. It's not printed, it's taped. And so I did some like sketches, as you can see here. So these are just, it's like storyboarding, right? I storyboarded what I was envisioning and created like a big picture version of what I wanted the book to feel like and look like, and kind of already have an idea of where everything is. So this is sort of like a preliminary typesetting of the book. And after that, I went in and then I created the drawings. And these drawings are ones that I've done with pencil. So pretty much um, these are pretty much final in terms of like what the drawings will be, and but they're just in pencil, and I typically work with ink and marker, right? And so this was V2. Actually, this is V3 because I do have a printed version of it, of the very first draft, which is very different in terms of the way that it's written, and some of the drawings are different. Um, some of the drawings are exactly the same, which is kind of um, shocking, surprising, I don't know, exciting that I put this together like almost 20 years ago, and still some of the drawings were ones that I wanted to use. I have improved, I think, as an illustrator and as a writer over the years, and so I wanted the work to reflect who I am now, as opposed to who I was when I originally wrote this story, almost 20 years ago. And um and so I did this like pencil version of it because I really wanted it to be the best version of this story possible. And so I wanted to make sure that I had it be perfect, everything that I wanted it to be. And when I say perfect, I just mean like ready to go, right? And like it's 80% of the way there. It's what I want what I want people, what I would be proud for people to see. So that's that's number 2 here, right? And then what I have now, this is the final one. I can't like there's people who keep popping up on this live stream. I hope that you are entertained by me showing you the process of creating my book. Um, and so I have where is this little post-it note thing? Here we go. Okay, so this is kind of a little bit messy right now, but I created this index. Whoop, there we go. And it is all of the pages, and basically, some of them have been erased already here, like erased and stuff. So you can't really see like the process on here. But what I did was I created this index, and this is just a post it note, right? So I created this index of all of the different pages, and where I was at in the process, right? Like, did I have, is it just a sketch right now? Has it been inked, or is it done, right? Like, what do I need to add details to the page, right? So things like that. And then as created, I've created the ink. So let me see if I can find the exact page I just showed you guys. So this is pretty much the final ink drawing, right? So I put a post-it note that says done here. And this is how I've worked. I'm very like hands-on, like kind of it's an organized, messy approach, right? I'm sure there's better systems for this out there, but this is what's working for me, and helps me to really see where I'm at in the process so I actually get things done, and then can also flip through and enjoy the fact that I've crossed certain milestones. And so this is the final like binder thing that has the illustrations and what they look like in the end, right? And so this is pretty much what will go in the book. And what I have here, I think I might have like 3 pages left, 4 pages, something like that. Um So, what I need to do today is actually audit where I'm at because I've had a lot of exciting things happen the past month, and I haven't been able to do too much work on this book because of it. And I it was my birthday like two weeks ago, and um, so that kind of threw me into a whirlwind as well. I mean, it's not really an excuse, people have birthdays every year. But my birthday is special because my birthday is more of a birth month. Um, I'm very fortunate that I have a lot of people who love me and who want to celebrate with me. And then also, I treat myself to my birthday because you, if it wasn't for my birthday, I wouldn't be here, right? So, anyway, um, that's that. My brat era is over. And so today, what I need to do is I need to um, audit, make sure that this is updated to where I need to be and what I need to be doing. And I would like to be doing some of that here in this live stream. So you're welcome to hang out. I might try playing some music here through the um, uh, app that I'm using. Um, I don't I I don't know if it's gonna sound good or not, but we can try it out. And if it isn't good, then this is an experiment, and we're just seeing how this works. I Originally I wanted to have a second camera set up so that you could actually see me work on the drawings, but I unfortunately don't have all of the things that I need in order to do that at the moment. I thought that I had them here in the studio, but I do not. So you are going to have to enjoy this one camera frame shot. And um, yeah, I think that's pretty much where I'm at right now. And oh, and if you're curious to know a little bit more about this puppy over here, this is actually a tracing pad. So I use this to get the pencil drawings that I create that are in that second binder that I showed you. I get that, and then I trace it with the ink to have um, the final version of what the pages are. And this is pretty nice, actually. I would 100% recommend this. You could actually, like, if you make videos or something, um you can use this as a light too. I don't know. And for photos too. I mean, you could use this. It has like a brightness setting, so that's the highest it goes, and then you can just lower it. um it's, that's as low as it goes, and turn it off. And then it has a little clip here so that your pages don't go flying all over the place. Um, oh, hello, Amilcar. Did I get that right? Bautista. Hello, thank you for your videos. They helped me so much. Thank you for being an inspiration. Small community, big impact. I am so grateful for the community that we have here. I know that it's small at this stage. Um, and coming from my travel channel where I had um, a lot of views, but the community was a little bit lacking. I actually do appreciate the fact that I have a few people here who comment and who have been actively putting in the work. I think I've had a few people who have reached out to me and have been, as inspired, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to use Amilcar's words here, but it is really really cool because not only like I feel inspired too when I hear of other people's stories and the things that they're doing to improve their life and to chase after their dreams and cross items off their bucket list. And, I hear people who tell me about how they've quit social media, or they're not as addicted to social media, or they've challenged themselves to step away from their phone addiction and be able to work on other projects that they're passionate about and just kind of like get their life together. I am so inspired by that, because that is something that is truly inspiring, and it is something that is worth pursuing. I know that having less of my phone and feeling more organized in my life has helped me to do things like this, right? I'm like holding up like this tracing pad. This isn't, I didn't do this. I didn't have a hand in that. To do things like this. Whoops. Here we go. To do things like this. I'm sorry if I just made a really loud noise. I'm trying to be really chill right now. If you know me at all, you know that I am fairly expressive and I use my hands a lot to talk. And I sometimes I can be loud. That's just I am that way. Um, but I'm also chill. I also try to be chill, because I'll tell you a little story time before I dive into doing the little audit thing that I was gonna do. Um, so part of the reason that I am so adamant about being organized and about like trying my best to be focused and improve all these little areas of my life, like curbing my phone addiction and spending more time doing meaningful activities, spending time having experiences over objects, over material things, spending time with the people that I love. um the reason that these things are so important to me, and the reason that I spend so much of my energy and my focus organizing every little piece of my life, is because I have ADD, and I'm a very creative person. And for most of my childhood and my, you know, adolescence, these were things that I struggled with. I struggled with finding meaning. I struggled with being organized and meeting deadlines and being focused, even doing things that I enjoyed doing. Something that people questioned often was like, if you have ADD, then how is it that you can sit through a movie? And it's like, well, yeah, like maybe I was sitting there in my living room floor watching Free Willy for 90 minutes straight, but I was also probably doing a lot of other things at the same time, like drawing or bouncing around the room, or like maybe just like sitting there and not listening or paying attention at all to the movie, like just watching but not there. Which is it's crazy, but um but because of the fact that I had to go through all of these years of not being not having that of having a mind that isn't inherently like organized, I had to learn, I had to train, I had to strengthen that muscle in order to create the life that I wanted for myself, because it otherwise, it would be chaos. And in the chaos, I do not get anything done. I do not accomplish my dreams. I do not reach those achievements, those milestones, those goals, right? And so being organized, being focused, these are things that have to happen. Like they just have to happen. And so because of that ultimatum that I've given myself, I've had to create these systems. I've had to figure out ways to organize and to become that person, to acquire, to have that identity. And I think people ask me all the time, "How is it that you're so organized? Like, help me get organized." And I can help people easily because of the fact that I went through it myself, because of the fact that I have this bird's eye view, right? I'm already up here and I can so very clearly see what needs to get done because I've done it for myself. Um, oh, thank you. Something you said just clicked in my head and I just started to exploding in my field. I wish I could shake your hand, appreciate it a bunch. Words of wisdom. Thank you. I appreciate that. But you need to give yourself credit because um I can say whatever I whatever I want to say, but if you don't listen and if you don't take the action required to move and to get your life together and to do the things that you want to do, then whatever I say is meaningless. So all of the credit goes to you, my dear, for doing the work, for putting in the work, for putting in the energy and the focus to explode in your field. That's all you. That's all you, man. um, if you so how am I so Aaron wants to know how I'm going to be publishing my book. So I have a media company, and so I'm going to be publishing through my media company. So it's technically self-publishing, but it's also, I mean, I'm a publisher. So it's like, does the owner of Random House, is are they self-publishing? It's kind of like that. So um I haven't decided on the printer yet because this is a picture book. I'm not going to be doing like Amazon or KDP or like print on demand. Like this isn't I'm not doing that. So I really am doing like traditional publishing through my company. And so finding a printer is a little bit more um, complex because I want a specific dimension, specific like paperweight, and all of this stuff for and like the dust jacket, like going through that motion of like what I want. I'm currently working with my team to um, select a printer for this. I need someone who can deliver all of the things that I want for this picture book because it's a little bit different than like self-publishing a novel that's just text. I feel like that is so much easier. And I say that because of the fact that I've given myself this challenge. We're going to call it that. I've given myself this challenge to do this book. And really, if I had just published one of my many unpublished books of poetry, like it would have been already done 3 months ago, I'm sure. So yeah, this is definitely 50-50, a labor of love and also a challenge to find someone who can do all of these things. Oh, all right. Okay. Aaron's got a lead for me for a printer. Let's give some snaps. I don't know if like my mic cancels that or not. Those are some snaps for Aaron, because we do snapping here instead of clapping. No, we don't. You can do whatever you want, but if you guys have like a little, like some clapping, some music that you want to play in celebration of Aaron finding me a printer lead, now's the time to do it. But no, for real, Aaron, thank you so much. I appreciate you even offering that. That's amazing. Yeah, for sure. Let's um, contact me, or I'll contact you. I'll reach out to you, and you can let me know more about that. So yeah, that's that on that. I was going to be doing something else, wasn't I? You see, this is why organization is so important because with the with the ADD, I often forget halfway through what I'm doing. Have your people call my people. I will most definitely have my people call your people. They will be calling. They will be in contact very soon. Um, I do want to say, like, I love this focus. Like, look at that. You see that? Wow. I'm impressed. I don't know how I've done it. I don't know how I've done it, but I've done it. And to quote Snoop Dogg, first of all, I want to thank God. Second of all, I want to thank me because I've done it. I've done this. All right, my friends. Let's see. Let's go over to this music over here. I'm gonna blah blah blah. All right. Damn. Are we listening? Do we hear the music, and is it an acceptable um, volume? I. All right. So just to give you a little bit of context here, I I'm using StreamYard for this live stream. Um, like I said before, I've done many live streams before, but I've kind of just, done them halfway. I've never really done a professional live stream where I feel like this can be lowering the volume here because I don't feel comfortable with this. There we go. All right, this is a good volume, I think. I would like to have more professional looking live streams. Like I want them to look like my videos. I want them to feel like my videos. I want them to look good. I want them to sound good. So I'm still trying to figure out some of the technical sides of it. I'm leveling up. I'm leveling up, my friends. Leveling up. And part of that is figuring out how to put music into the live stream. And I have tracks that are not on StreamYard that I would like to put. But I haven't figured out how to do that without having to manually go in and play every single song individually. Anyway, this is technical stuff that you guys really don't need to know anything about, but if you have any tips on that, if you happen to know anything about it, then let me know in the comments. If you're watching this afterwards, I would appreciate any kind of guidance. Like, do I need like a stream deck or whatever? Is that something that I need to have in order to do this thing? I have a folder of tracks that I want to use, and I just want to like loop through them. But for now, I'm just using this one track that I have that's playing in the background here, which hopefully you can hear and everything's fine. And that's a track that just comes with StreamYard, and it's not anything special. I just kind of have it on loop right now. So let's have that for a little bit. I'm gonna hang out. Let's say let's do maybe like 30 minutes, something like that. So if you guys want to hang out for like 30 more minutes, I am down. And yeah, let's do this. Let's see. So it's currently, yeah, let's do that. All right, we're gonna do like 30 minutes. I am going to, first of all, I need to, before I start tracing some stuff, I'm gonna do a little audit of where I'm at. See, this is why I need an arm, because like not an arm, because I have some new people in the stream now. I'm not talking about an arm. I'm talking about like a mic arm, because this is my little bucket. This is where my microphone is. Okay, let's move this over here. Okay. So in order to do my audit now, I'm going through. I have to go through these pages here. I wish this was more like you could actually see what I'm doing. This is why I wanted the second camera. You see where I wanted the second camera? Okay, so I probably need the second camera to be set up. That's something that needs to happen. I do have... No, it doesn't work. I need to have the cable. Anyway, all right, let's see. So first, I need to go through and make sure that I have... Let's see. Okay, so this one needs to be drawn. That one's done for sure. Okay. Done. Yep. Done. 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 I'm doing real good here, folks. So 17 needs a little bit of work. I might do that one. I think this is the one I'm going to do. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks for popping in and for being the awesome person that you are. And good luck for the rest of your day, man. 19. Right. We got to work on that one. That one needs to be inked. Let's see what that's all about. Let's go over here. No, not that one. So this is $19. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. 20 is done. 21 done. 22. 23 needs to be drawn. It's a 23. Oh, yes. I didn't like this drawing very much. I didn't like how this one came out, so I need to redrew. I need to redraw. I need to redraw that one for sure. So that's 23. I need to draw that. Okay, it's done. 25. 26 is done. 27 is done. Okay. 28. What's 28? Oh, I think this is one. So I have while I was working on this, I introduced a new character. So I had to do some character sketches. I had to do some drawings. Hello, Daily Quake feed. Sophia Stephanie with the sparkles and the heart. Welcome. Welcome, my friends, my family, my buddies, my pals, my inspirations, my angels. I don't know how many more. My zombies. No, I'm just kidding. I used to call everybody that was watching me my zombies. I think I used to do that like back in the day. I'm talking like 2008 YouTube, by the way. I've been on YouTube for a really long time with other channels. Daily Quake, what are you working on? So you might have to watch some of the replay because I definitely don't want to repeat everything. But to give you a little rundown, I am working on my children's book, which I am publishing. And so I'll show you the little thing that I have here. So this is something that I created, this is just a Post-it note, and it's got all of my pages and the stage at which they are at. So this is a children's picture book. And so I have a number of pages that, so like this is done, right? But I have a number of pages like this needs to be drawn, right? And so I have a few things that need to be done before the book is finished. I would say it's about, man, like I'm flipping through this, you guys, and I really thought that I had a lot more to do. I'm just making sure that this is up to date. So I'm flipping through now and really getting a better picture because this month has been really busy for me doing other stuff. And so this is me jumping back into the circus. This is me jumping back into the ring. So let's see, page 29. And oh, thank you, Sophia Stephanie. That is so nice of you to say. I hope that I have something very soon. I mean, I know that I will, but anything could happen. Let's see, what page is this? 29. Okay, let's see what's on 29. Oh, yep, that's the new character. I created a new character as I was working on this. So it I have like I had to do like some character design work to create this new character. And that kind of delayed some of the pages getting done because I didn't know what I wanted the character to look like. Okay, cool. Wow. This is amazing, everyone. Oh, one of my little hexagon things just fell. There we go. Right. This is soundproofing at its best. It just falls whenever it says, it's like, shut up, Romina, stop talking so much. That's a reminder to stop babbling. But you know what? I don't believe in those reminders, so I don't. Here we go. Okay. Thank you. That's actually a really fun idea. Maybe I'll do that at some point. I don't know. But I don't know who would actually want to maybe it'll be like a private live stream or something. That might be fun to like read it. But to answer your question, and I did answer this previously before you came in, regarding the way that I'm going to publish this is I have a media company, and so I'm going to be publishing it through my media company. So it is traditional publishing. I'm just publishing it myself, my own work. So I could say self-publishing, but I feel like self-publishing isn't really correct, because like you said, there's like this concept of self-publishing that is just like going through KDP or like Amazon, but that's not going to be what I'm doing at all because this is a picture book. So I can't really do like print on demand or anything like that. So I'm actually going to be printing and having copies of my book, and I'm going to be distributing them to bookstores and making those contacts and doing all of that. So it is very much like traditional publishing. But I'm going to be doing it with my own studio, my media studio that I have, which we publish other things. But this will be the first time I think that I publish my own work through my media company. This is something that I talked about earlier, but I think it's worth bringing up again is the reason that I'm doing this is because I'm returning to my core of being a writer, of being a creator that is not on camera or working with film, was working with video, because even though I love doing that, the core of my creation, where everything all started, it stemmed from my writing. And so I am going back to my roots. Wow. That's so... You guys are so nice. I don't know why we don't do this more often. I'm definitely planning on doing more live streams because I enjoy this. And if you guys enjoy it too, then please let me know. But I want to be doing more. I want to be doing more live streams where we just hang out and have conversations, and it's not really super planned in terms of like having a script and, you know, bullet points and all that stuff like my other videos. I think I still might do polished videos, but I definitely want to do more live streaming. And I think there's a balance there of like how much bandwidth I have for creating video content for this channel. I think it would be amazing if we could do more live streams. But my idea behind the live streams is having a casual conversation, and also maybe doing some working, some hanging out together. And by all means, if you want to be working while I'm babbling on, then absolutely go for it. If you can focus, if you like to have somebody just talking in the background, I'm there for y'all. But also I will be doing some stuff as well. Hopefully. Actually, you guys want to see a tour of my art bag? I love my art bag. I haven't shown this at all. So you have plans on making a series of these? If so, it'd be easy to sell into schools. Oh my gosh. I could absolutely make a series of this book. Let me see if I'll show you a couple more drawings of what I've got, because I actually have a lot more done here to show. So I have to step away from the microphone for a sec, but so here's so we have some drawings here, right? So this is just a preview. I'm going pretty quick because I also don't want to like publish everything on the internet. But this is a story that that I wrote and I illustrated almost 20 years ago, originally, like the first draft. And this is something that I'm coming back to and polishing, updating for the times, and to be more reflective of who I am as a person and as an artist. And so I've been redrawing all of the illustrations, creating all brand new illustrations, and inspired by that first draft that I did almost 20 years ago. And so, so this is really like in my mind, I have like one standalone. I have one standalone book to answer your question, Daily Quake. I have this story. This is what I have right now, but there are a number of characters and there absolutely can be a series. I've thought about it. I have some ideas in my mind, but that's really all they are, because my main focus has been to get the one out first. I'd go door to door for you in my area. Thank you. I appreciate having a street team. Definitely do not text and drive, my friend. Thank you so much for the compliments and your support as well. That is meaningful for me. I'm going to show you my art bag real quick. Because I love this little art bag that I created. So I needed something. I work, so I do have like this studio here, but I also work, love to work remotely, and I go to a lot of different cafes and restaurants, and I go to a lot of places. I go to parks, gardens, whatever. You'll find me almost anywhere doing my work. And so having kind of like a mobile studio, having a mobile workstation is crucial for me. And so I made this little art bag for myself. It's a mobile art studio is what I call it. And I found this bag. It's not, I'm not like gonna promote like the brand or anything like that because it's not anything like super special. And I have certain things that bother me about it. But let's drink some water here. I feel like I haven't had any water since I started. But I really wanted something where I could have all of my pencils, my pens, and all the things standing like a little pen, like a pen holder, so that I could easily like pull them out and use them. I wanted something that was small enough to fit in my bag, but large enough to fit a lot of tools and sharpener and erasers and all of that stuff. And so I found this bag, which when you open it, when you zip it open, it has a magnet. So it stays open like this. And so what I do is that I just kind of like flip this back like this. That way I have all the things that I need. So I have all of my inks here. I have a number of different pencil types with different weights. And then I have some highlighters. I use this mainly for like my agenda and my productivity, my calendar and stuff like that. And then I have like colored pencils. I mainly use that for my like coloring books just for fun, for de-stressing. Sometimes I'll use it in my sketchbook maybe. I don't know. I have plans for that, but I haven't really done too much. And then I don't know if you guys ever had this in school, but this right here, this is an eraser. Oh my God. This is one of the most useful things that I've bought is this eraser. It's great. Barely leaves any dust. Amazing. And then I have, so to conclude my tour of my mobile art studio, I have here a my pencil sharpener, and it contains all of the little shavings. So I have my pencil sharpener there, easily comes out. And then I also have this brush, which I use for when I am drawing and erasing stuff. And then also before I ink, I like to brush off any dust, any eraser dust, right? So doing a little of that. It's a brush that I got off of Amazon. And it's like micro, whatever. It picks up dust. It's one of those things. I don't know. I liked it because it's really, really small and it fits in my bag because a lot of art brushes are like really big, like wooden brushes. And I was like, no, like I don't need all of that. You know, I'm not doing any of that. But I make sure that my work area is very clean and void of dust and particles and shavings and all of that stuff, and eraser dust for sure. This really helps to clean the area, especially when I'm already drawing, because if you kind of like swift it away with your hand, you'll smudge it, and we don't want to be doing none of that. So this prevents any smudging from happening, and I can keep my work area, my surface area clean without ruining my my creation. And then lastly, I have this, which is, these are not dilithium crystals, but this has my eraser in it, and it's my art eraser, which does not leave any eraser dust, and it's very clean, and you can like break it apart and mold it and shape it into what you need in order to erase stuff. So it's not like a regular pink eraser. But the thing about this is that it does love to collect dust and hair and all these things. So keeping it inside of this little mint box is my way of keeping it organized and clean, fresh from the warp core. All right, and so I just put that right in there, and that is my little art studio. I hope you guys enjoyed that tour of my art studio, my mobile art studio. All right, let's do a little bit of illustrating here as we listen to music. Is it scented now? So I don't I have anosmia. So I actually don't have a sense of smell. I don't know if it smells like mints, but I'm sure it would be really funny if it did. They absolutely do make scented erasers, my dude. Scented erasers is definitely a thing. At least my friends in school, I know they had some. Um, I never did because I don't know. I don't know what things smell like. So I've never been attracted to buying things that are labeled as scented because it's not an experience that I can partake in. So the thing about having these pens is they come in different, they have like different tip sizes. And so all of these sizes, they create a different line, a different thickness of line. And so have to be mindful of which one I'm gonna get. Let's see. I think I like for this. So the thing about hair, folks, is that hair can be both easy and very tedious to draw. And this all plays into the process, right? What I was talking about earlier is like, I just want it to be done, but I also have to use it as a meditative process. Just take a breath, right? And enjoy the fact that I'm here right now and that I'm drawing, and this is a, you know, it's a fun time. I get to draw. I get to think. I get to reflect. And when drawing hair, there's so many little strands. It's a lot of details, a lot of things that need to be added, right? To the drawing, to the head, to the head of hair. And as much as you'd like to go very quickly, so I just want to have hair that's drawn. You know, it doesn't work like that because every strand of hair is important. I do have a lot of hair. This is absolutely true. And the main character of my book also has a lot of hair. And her hair is very stringy and very wild and untamed. And these are some of the things that she struggles with too. Is, you know, she's got a lot of hair and people make fun of her for it. I mean, they won't be making fun of her when they get old and they start balding. But kids can be a little cruel, you know. They tell you they tell you things as they are, really. They've got no hair on their tongue. But you didn't know your dad was live streaming. That was a joke. Because I made a dad joke. That's right. Sometimes I like to explain jokes because I think that makes it even funnier. Now, as I've been illustrating for this book, I have used a lot of pens because the book is mainly in black and white and they're all ink drawings. And so because of that, I've had to buy a number of pens as I've been working on this book. I don't know how many pens I've gone through to finish this book. And even as I'm drawing this, I'm realizing that this pen is starting to get a little weak, I feel like. But that's okay because it's hair. And the great thing about drawing hair is that not every strand of hair is the same length. So if there are like shorter strands of hair that are kind of like tossed in there just because like I ran out of ink or something like that, I kind of welcome that because I think it makes it a little bit more realistic. It's like if every hair was exactly the same, it's not really real, is it? It's kind of too planned, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I've thought about similar things, Daily Quake, about the fact that like if I just got all of the hair that fell off of my head every day, I could probably make a number of wigs. Like legitimately, not just like cutting my hair, but I mean actually like just the hair that falls off of my wig, off of my hair, my head. I feel like I could make a wig out of it every day. Like there's so much hair. I don't even know where it comes from really. Because I'm like, man, like I lose so much hair every day. I'm just shedding constantly. And yet, I still have all of this hair. Why? Why? I don't know. Do you have a random small object that you put in the background of each page? Like a Where's Waldo object hidden throughout the pages? I do not, but that sounds amazing. I think maybe that's something that I can implement in another book at some point. For this book, it's very minimalist in the drawings, in the artwork, and I'm keeping it as minimal as possible. Going with the let's do a little of that. Okay, going with the less is more route for this book. Okay. Whoops. So like what I was saying before, it's like as I'm working on these drawings, I realize that there's so many little details, like the lines, maybe the shading, that anytime I feel like I've messed up, it actually adds to the overall look and the feel of the story, of the illustrations. So really the mistakes are hello, welcome, plunderlings. You are quite late. I've been here for an hour and a half now. It's wild. I don't know how much longer I'll be on here. Maybe like 15 more minutes or something like that. But this is my children's book that I'm going to be publishing. And it is about a girl who is a little weird and has a little bit of trouble fitting in and learns a secret about her identity that makes her more confident in who she is and makes her love herself and learn to love who she is, regardless of those things that people make fun of, including her hair. Her hair is one of the things. So I think I would like to, I might, if I do some more live streams, I think they'll definitely happen more like around this hour or earlier, like in the morning. Which I know people have work and things like that. I'll try to space them out and choose like different times and such. But I think that for like to start, it's easier for me to do it in the morning. And the idea behind the live streams is going to be kind of what we did today. I'll probably talk about some of the things that are on my mind, maybe do some work together. Or if you want to study or read or something else, you're welcome to set your own agenda. But I'll definitely be working, because I have quite a lot of projects. I am, in fact, in Eastern Standard Time. I am on the East Coast. So, yeah. And I know that's kind of like not the best for the people who are on the West Coast. Like if I do a live stream at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, they're probably just waking up. But this is where I'm at right now. Doesn't mean that it's always going to be there, but so this is actually, plunderlings, you might like to see this. I've shown this a couple times already, but I created this. This is a post-it note that I just have on my binder of my art. And I've basically written down all of the pages of the book and what needs to be done for each one and where I'm at, like the different stages that I'm at for each one. And then I just kind of go in and I erase, as I'm working through it, I erase and I update each one of these little lines, right? So how many pages of art do you have to do? In total, there's 32 pages. But I have to do the drawing for 4 of them because I introduced a new character. So I have 4 drawings that I need to do. And I have one that needs to be inked. I have one that needs to be inked, and then I have one that I'm working on the details, which is this one. And the details is, at least for this particular one, is adding hair. Which, you know, for this particular one, I'm on the fence of like, this is already the second time that I've second or third time that I've drawn this one, like fully from beginning to end. And every time I'm like, oh, I don't like it, I have to redraw it. And I'm at this point right now where I'm actually looking at it and I'm like, am I gonna want to redraw this again? It discourages me because it makes me not want to work on the hair, because I know that the hair takes so much time. And so I'm thinking in my brain, I'm like, oh, do I really want to spend all this time doing the hair when I know that I'm just going to want to redraw this again in the end? It makes me look like a maniac, but I also think that it's important to see it all the way through and to finish, because if I stop before I even, you know, add the details, before I get to a point where I can say, okay, this is like a finished drawing, then I'll never actually finish anything, right? So I think it's important to motivate yourself, to find that inspiration, to find that drive to complete something, even if you think that you're not going to use it or like it, or that it's not going to be good enough. Because sometimes when you look at the finished thing that you thought halfway through it was not going to be good enough, when you actually go through the process and you finish it, you've grown. You've grown as an artist, a creator, an inventor, an innovator. And every project that you work on is a way for you to improve, a way for you to grow, a way for you to prosper. And I truly believe that. And so even if I'm not going to use the drawing or anything, I do try to finish it to the point where I can say, okay, this is a finished drawing. It's not a good one, but it's finished, right? And that's, when I say finished, I mean like in the sense of like, okay, this is like, I can show it to someone and be like, it's a complete drawing, right? Like if it's a drawing of a dog, it's got the ears, it's got the nose, it's got the 4 little paws and the tail, right? It's like, this is a complete drawing. But yeah, this is where I'm at. This is what these are the pages that I have to do. I need to sit down and slow down and work on projects that are dusty. You should have a group live stream one day and we can all work on tasks together. Yeah, I like that idea. Maybe that's something that can happen at some point. I'm glad you're getting inspired though. Should definitely be working on those things, guys. Working on your projects, on your dreams. And this really is working on this illustration is a process, and it is a meditative process, and it is a way to slow down, as you said in the chat. It is a way to slow down and really just focus on the process. Like, this is, you don't really think about it, but even the people who don't have a lot of hair have a lot of hair. Like, even if you like are drawing someone who doesn't have a lot of hair, it's like you could spend like, you know, an hour just like drawing their hair, because it's every little strand that you put on there. so much hair. And it's incredible when you start to draw like this and you're illustrating. You really put some of these aspects of daily life under a microscope. The things that you don't really notice, the things that are just like, oh yeah, it's common. We do this every day. You really start to put them under a microscope and start to notice like these little details of how the sun reflects on certain objects, how shadows are cast. Start to notice the cracks on certain things that look perfect and polished and new. You start to see the beauty in all of these imperfections, the things that people call imperfections. Maybe by next time. Well, probably not by next time, but maybe at some point, a couple streams down the line, maybe I'll have figured out the music situation so that I can actually play something that's worth listening to instead of this. Not that this is like super bad, but it can get a little old, I think, quick. Because I just kind of have it on loop right now. And I'm starting to feel the effects of listening to it on loop. Mm-hmm. So right now, the music that is playing, or hopefully going through into the live stream, is just like a royalty free track that's like available on the live streaming platform. Usually when I've been working on my book, I've been listening to all sorts of things. Oh, there's no music? Okay. Well, there should be music. I tested it before and it was working. Maybe it's just really low. Here, let's see. All right. Let's see. How about now? Do you guys hear the music now? Because there should be music playing. Oh, geez. All right. Well, there should have been music playing for like the past 20 minutes. Again, this is a test, y'all. Thanks for letting me know. I'm still trying to figure that out. But this is like just some royalty-free track thing that's included here. It's one of the tracks that's included. But usually when I'm playing, when I'm illustrating, I don't really listen to music. If I do, it'll just be like instrumental stuff, like stuff that I find on YouTube, or I might listen to like Mozart or something, or like Bach. I'm not really like listening to too much though. Usually I'll be listening to either a podcast or not a podcast, but like a video, like a YouTube video. Like if there's people talking, like an interview or something like that, then if it's interesting, I might be listening to that, or I'll be listening to an audiobook. Because I don't have too much time for like sitting down and like reading and stuff like that. Like I make the time while I'm drawing or driving or like doing other things. So like doing the listening to audiobooks, listening to interviews, or listening to videos that I want to like educational stuff that I just want to learn about some things, then I'll be listening to that while I draw. So usually not music. Yeah, I didn't want the music. I wanted to have a little bit of music here, but not like super loud. But I guess it didn't actually start playing until now. So sorry about that. We're figuring it out as we go along, folks. Whew, okay. I am that much closer to being done with the hair. It's a process. This is what I'm talking about. It's a process. See, and there's like little details that I look and I'm like, I don't like how this hair looks. Not like hair in general, but like one strand of hair. And I'm like, girl, like nobody's gonna be like, look at that one strand of hair and how it looks in the middle of like 1,000 lines you've done. Nobody's gonna single out the one line. I don't know, maybe there will be one single person. There's always that one guy who's gonna point out the one line and the line of 1,000. 1,000 lines. And then the real question you have to ask yourself is, do you want to listen to that guy? Do you actually really care what that guy has to say about the one line? But honestly, it's more for me. Like I see that one line, I'm like, nah, that ain't right. Like this ain't right. So I don't know, maybe that one guy, maybe he's got a point. Maybe that one strand of hair needs to be going in a different direction. Okay. So do I play any instruments or do I sing? Yes, I do sing. I actually went to school as a music major before I switched to screenwriting. I am a soprano singer, singing opera and all that stuff. And I have a guitar. So I have a guitar, but I don't play it too often. Where I live now, I only play it sometimes, but I do it for fun, and I'm not really the best guitar player. I'm alright. I don't really dedicate enough time to playing the guitar. I used to play piano, but again, I do not play piano anymore. I just don't have a piano, and I don't really care too much about doing that. I'll do it for fun. Okay. Wow, that is a lot more hair than when I started with. So I'm making relatively good progress here. Again, still don't know. Still don't know if I'll keep this one. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'll just throw it into the book as a joke to myself, to remind myself, to be like, hey, you know what? Sometimes you just have to publish even the things that you're not completely proud of. Sometimes you just have to put it out there. And if one of the drawings is not something that you're particularly proud of, but 80% of the book and 80% of the drawings are, I think those are pretty good odds. All right, let's see. Oops. I think I'll pass on the singing for now. Um, just because this isn't really the place where I want to be doing it. And I've been talking for like almost 2 hours now, so my voice is actually pretty tired from that. Um, this isn't really like the channel for that. Um, okay. Uh, let's get back to drawing. Um, maybe add some more hair on this side. Oh my gosh. We have a Gabe in the chat. Welcome. Excuse me. I've been chatting for too long. Love how Gabe just comes in and says, "Oh my God." Like he just cited the Yeti or Sasquatch. Low key, I'm kind of like a Sasquatch. Kind of appear whenever I want. Some people are scared. Some people are intimidated. Some people fascinated. Other people find me adorable. Just like Sasquatch. I think having a dedicated space I think having a dedicated space for filming and working does help to separate the mind, like to have a physical separation between like my personal, my living space and my working space. I think it really helps to have that separated, to focus and to kind of like, as soon as I step in here, as soon as I step into this room, I know that this is a place for creating, because this studio is mainly for making my videos, and it's quiet and I don't get disturbed or distracted by other things. And I know that when I'm in here, it's to create. So my mind enters into a flow state of creation as soon as I'm in here. So yeah, I think that it does help immensely to have it separated from other things, to have a distinctive space for working, for creating. I'm not always in here though, because like I said, I do like to go out. I like to go to cafes. I like to go to restaurants and parks. There's some gardens that I go to. So sometimes I'll be working outside when the weather isn't, when the weather is agreeable. I'll sometimes sit outside and do work on my laptop. When I have to draw, I like to have a nice big surface area to work with. because I do have like, you know, three of these binders, and then I have the tracing pad and like a lot of paper and all of my pens and stuff. So I take up a lot of surface area. And so um on the days that I know that I'm going to be working on this, I try to either come to the studio, I come into the studio, or I've got a couple spots, a couple restaurants that I know of, a couple cafes that I know of that have really big tables that I can sit at. And that I can take up a lot of space and not feel bad about it. So, whoop, there we go. Hooey. Drawing hair is a hell of a thing. It's like every little strand is important, but then it's not. Like every strand makes up the bigger piece of the hair. It's like every strand is important, and it's like you can't have them all be the same. Every strand has like its own individual moment. And so but then that individual strand on its own is not as meaningful as when you put it all together with all the other strands. Then that's when you really start to create a hair, you know? It's wild. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm gonna wrap things up in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna keep working on my drawings on my own here, but I think I might need a little break. See where I'm at. Okay. Okay. This is the end of my session. We've been hanging out for a good 2 hours. I think that's enough for today. But if you enjoyed this, then do let me know in the comments, especially in the, oh, Gabe, don't cry. I'll be back again someday. Just keep the binoculars on. You never know when I'm going to appear out of the thick of the bush behind a tree. Just keep your eyes and heart open. You never know. I'll be like that alien in the movie Signs, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. Guys, if you haven't seen that movie, you should absolutely watch it. That one scene where all the kids are in the birthday party and they show like the videotape. Y'all know what scene I'm talking about. that single scene defines how I feel about the aliens forever. But anyway, yes, Signs is definitely has the creepy factor. William, the William Arnett is in the chat. Yes, it's back to the good old days. Aliens, absolutely. So I am going to wrap this up. If you enjoyed hanging out with me for 2 hours, good luck to you. I'm glad that we were able to entertain each other. I got some stuff done, so I'm happy that I did this, and me and my little bucket, my mic bucket, will be back soon enough. And if you enjoyed it, then please let me know in the comments. Let me know what you liked about it, and if there's anything that you think I should work on to improve for the next live stream. Absolutely. Some feedback, any suggestions, any ideas. I'm here to hang out with you on the internet and to hopefully inspire you to work on your projects, to get your life together, to focus, and to live intentionally. So with intention, I will end this live stream and we will reconvene at another point in history in the future. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today and for hopping onto the chat. I know that it was random. I didn't tell anybody that I was going to do this live stream. I just kind of hopped on and broadcasted to both X, and YouTube. Twitter, X, YouTube. And surprisingly, some of y'all were available and were able to hang out. So that was awesome. And for now, I'm gonna go. So I will see you when I see you. And also, yes, live long and prosper, my friends.